What if, right now, you could step into the future and witness the story the world tells about you when you're gone? Would it be a tale of resilience, impact, and purpose, or a forgettable footnote lost in time? The truth is, every day you are writing your legacy through your choices, your actions, and the way you make others feel. But here's the catch. If you don't take control of your story, someone else will. So, the question isn't if you'll leave a legacy, it's what kind of legacy you'll leave behind. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Welcome to the game of life, where every tip could change your world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and activate those wild notifications so you never miss out on the next life-changing insight. We're on a mission to grow, and your support means everything. Share this journey with your friends, family, and anyone looking to level up their life. Thanks for being part of the game. Imagine this: 100 years from now, someone stumbles upon your name. Maybe it's in an old book, a digital archive, or a dusty family album. They pause. They wonder, who was this person? What did they leave behind? The real question is, what story will they tell about you? See, your legacy isn't just about achievements, trophies, or how many followers you had. It's about the lasting impact you made, the emotions you stirred, the lives you changed, and the stories people whisper about you when you're not in the room, or when you're no longer here at all. And let's be real, if your legacy is just about material things, then congratulations, you've just given your family a bunch of stuff to argue over in your will, and left behind is a future family feud over who gets what. But if your legacy is a story, a meaningful one, then you live on forever. Today, we're diving deep into discovering the legacy you truly want to leave behind and how to ensure it's remembered long after you're gone. Think about the people in history whose legacies shaped the world. Nelson Mandela, he left a legacy of resilience and forgiveness. Marie Curie, a legacy of curiosity and groundbreaking science. Your grandmother, who always fed the entire neighborhood, a legacy of generosity and warmth. Now let's flip it. Think of someone you know personally, someone who deeply impacted your life. What do you remember about them? It's probably not their job title or how much money they had, but how they made you feel, the values they embodied, and the stories they lived. So here's the first big question for you. What do you want to be remembered for? If I asked you right now, what's your legacy? You might freeze. Maybe you feel like you haven't built one yet. But here's the truth. You are already creating your legacy every single day. The way you treat people, the things you say, the work you do, the kindness or chaos you spread, it's all forming the story that will outlive you. So let's make this real. Take a moment and imagine you're at your own funeral. Not to get dark, but stick with me. What do you want people to say about you? Not the polite, generic stuff. What do you truly want to be remembered for? Who did you inspire? Who did you help? What change did you make? Most people think a legacy is built by doing one huge thing. But the truth? Legacies are built in the tiny moments. A single kind word can change someone's life. A small act of courage can inspire generations. A simple decision to keep going despite the odds can rewrite your entire story. Think about this. Steve Jobs wasn't just a guy who built sleek gadgets. He rewired the way we see technology, creativity, and even ourselves. His true legacy? Challenging the status quo and proving that vision and persistence can shape the future. He once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." And guess what? He was right, because the world doesn't remember those who played it safe. It remembers the ones who dared to dream differently. So what's your version of that? Maybe your legacy is about creativity, helping others see the world differently. Maybe it's about kindness, leaving people better than you found them. Maybe it's about courage, showing others how to stand tall even when life tries to knock them down. The best part? You don't need anyone's approval, a perfect plan, or some life-changing event to start shaping your legacy. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about making this moment count. Every decision you make, every value you stand for, and every life you touch is a brushstroke on the canvas of your story. The only thing standing between you and the legacy you want to leave? A simple choice: to start now. Now let's talk strategy. How do you make sure your story doesn't fade away? 1. Live with intention. Every choice you make is a building block in your story. What's the story you want to tell? 2. Teach what you've learned. The best way to make sure your impact lasts? Pass it on. Teach, mentor, write, record your experiences. Make sure the next generation benefits from your wisdom. 3. Create something that outlives you. A book, a business, a foundation, even a simple message that people pass on. Your story doesn't have to end with you. And here's a funny thought. If you don't actively shape your legacy, people will just make one up for you. Do you really want to be remembered as that person who always left their shopping cart in the middle of the aisle? No? Then start writing your legacy the way you want it. So, here's the truth. One day, your story will be told. One day, someone will talk about the impact you made. One day, the only thing left of you will be the memories and the lessons you gave to the world. And here's the good part. You still have time to shape that story. So, what's it going to be? What story do you want to leave behind? What will your legacy say about you? Remember, your story will be told, with or without you. The question is, will it be the story you wanted to tell? Will it be a legacy of courage, kindness, and purpose? Or will it be written by default, left shaped by hesitation and missed chances? The choice is yours, right now, in this very moment. Because in the end, your legacy isn't built in the distant future. It's built today, with every action, every word, and every decision you make. So go ahead, craft a story worth telling. The answer to that question is in your hands. And remember, the best time to start building your legacy was yesterday. The second best time? Right now. So let's get to it. And if all else fails, at least make sure your legacy isn't just the guy who forwarded too many WhatsApp chain messages. Now, go build your story.